Before I can remember, my mom always read to me. She read to me during the day when I asked, and always read me a different bedtime story. We would go to the store and I could pick out whatever picture book I liked, and she would read it to me at night. As I got older, she started reading chapter books with me, helping me learn along the way. I remember her reading The Tale of Despereaux. I always thought it was a super hard book to read and it being very long. Not that long ago, I went through the book and realized how easy of a read it was, the font being large and the book being pretty short. It put a smile on my face seeing how far I've come. Because of my mom, I grew up loving to read. I now read whenever I can, even when I probably shouldn't. In the past few weeks, I've read 6 books instead of doing classwork. I can admit it wasn't the best decision, but it's because I can easily read the whole day if I don't stop myself. I can finish certain books in a day. The whole world disintegrates when I read, and it takes my problems with it. The only thing I think about is what is happening in the book. A comparison can be made with how I learned to write and how I feel about writing. The basic ideas I have for the two are pretty similar. When I write until the assignment is done. I can't just stop and then go back to it later on because I'll just stress about it and I won't be able to do anything else competently. So, if I have time to finish the writing, I will, no matter how long it takes. This is like how I read, reading everything unless I run out of time or I finish the book. However, while I can read at any time of the day, reading in the evening and at night are my favorite times to read, because the only person who can stop me from reading is myself. I have complete control, and no one expects anything from me. This is comparable to my writing process because I write the best after school or after work. So evening and then at night is the prime time for me to write. This is because I can spend as long as I want on the writing piece until I can't keep my eyes open or until it is finished, which is exactly what I do when I read. Lastly, there is also a parallel between what I listen to when I read and write. When I read, I usually prefer my surroundings to be decently quiet. However, if there is music in the background, it doesn't bother me, because I get wrapped up in the book and I hardly notice it. With writing, it is basically the same, except I prefer some music in the background. But if there isn't, it doesn't bother me, because I can still concentrate on my writing. The only time I really hear the music is when there is a good song on and I sing to it. Very poorly, I might add. But the main huge difference between the two is that I absolutely love reading and I pretty much despise writing. A reason for that could possibly be because when I was young, writing was never important to me, other than the stuff I did in school when I was forced to do it. My feelings towards the two are polar opposites, yet when I think about it, my rituals and processes surrounding both are very similar, something I never realized before. It is weird to think about some things that are so similar yet cause completely different reactions to me. I honestly don't think I will ever actually enjoy writing. I don't see it as a fun thing to do, but as something required to accomplish a goal, like creating an essay for a class or brainstorming ideas. But it's still something I have to do for the rest of my life. I want to become a physical therapist, and they have to write a great deal every day. So while I might not like writing, I will still use it for a very long time and will try to improve it over the remainder of my life, since it is still a good skill to have. The processes and rituals surrounding reading and writing might be very similar, but the emotions at the core of each are still polar opposites.